Have you ever wondered why there will only ever be 21 million Bitcoin? Not 22 million, not 100 million, but exactly 21 million. It seems like such a specific, almost random number, but it's not random at all. It's one of the most fundamental and genius features of Bitcoin, and today, we're going to break down exactly why it exists and how it works, in plain English. So, let's start with the big question. Who decided on 21 million? The credit goes to Bitcoin's mysterious creator, Satoshi Nakamoto. While we don't know who Satoshi is, they embedded this limit deep into Bitcoin's source code right from the very beginning. This wasn't an accident. It was a deliberate choice to create a currency that is fundamentally different from the money we use every day, like the US dollar or the euro. Think about traditional currencies, also known as fiat currencies. Central banks can print more money whenever they see fit. When they do this, the value of the money already in your pocket can decrease. This is called inflation. It's like if everyone suddenly had a rare baseball card. It wouldn't be so rare or valuable anymore, would it? Satoshi wanted to create a system that was immune to this kind of manipulation and inflation. The solution? A fixed, predictable supply. Digital scarcity. But how is this 21 million limit actually enforced? This is where the magic of the Bitcoin protocol comes in. It's all built around two key concepts: block rewards and the halving. Imagine Bitcoin miners as digital gold miners. Instead of digging in the ground, they use powerful computers to solve complex mathematical puzzles. When a miner successfully solves a puzzle, they get to add the next block of transactions to the Bitcoin blockchain, which is like a public, digital ledger. As a reward for their work and for securing the network, they are given a certain amount of brand new Bitcoin. This is the only way new Bitcoin is ever created. This reward is called the block reward. When Bitcoin first started in 2009, the block reward was 50 Bitcoin per block. A new block is found approximately every 10 minutes. So, every 10 minutes, 50 new Bitcoins were born. But here's the crucial part. Satoshi programmed something called the halving into the code. The halving is an event that happens roughly every 4 years, or more precisely, after every 210,000 blocks are mined. During a halving, the block reward for miners is cut in half. So, the first halving happened in 2012. The reward of 50 Bitcoin per block was slashed to 25. Then, around 2016, the second halving occurred, and the reward dropped to 12.5 Bitcoin. In 2020, it halved again to 6.25 Bitcoin. And most recently, in 2024, it dropped to just 3.125 Bitcoin per block. Do you see the pattern? The rate at which new Bitcoin is created slows down over time. It's a predictable, decreasing supply schedule. This process of halving will continue until the block reward becomes incredibly small, practically zero. So, let's do a little math to see how this gets us to 21 million. We have blocks being created every 10 minutes. That's 6 blocks per hour, 144 blocks per day, and about 52,560 blocks per year. The halving happens every 210,000 blocks. If you divide 210,000 by 52,560, you get roughly 4 years. Now, let's add up all the Bitcoin that will ever be created. For the first 210,000 blocks, the reward was 50 BTC. That's 10.5 million Bitcoin created. For the next 210,000 blocks, the reward was 25 BTC. That's another 5.25 million Bitcoin. The next set of blocks gave a reward of 12.5 BTC, adding 2.625 million Bitcoin, and so on. If you keep adding these decreasing amounts together, 10.5 million plus, 5.25 million plus, 2.625 million plus, 1.3125 million, and you continue this infinite series, the total sum mathematically approaches, but never exceeds, 21 million. It's a beautiful piece of mathematical design. Because Bitcoin is divisible into 100 million smaller units called Satoshis, the rewards can keep halving for a very long time. The final Bitcoin isn't expected to be mined until around the year 2140. So, we know how the 21 million limit is enforced, but why is this so important? It all comes back to the idea of sound money. First, it creates scarcity. Unlike fiat currencies that can have an infinite supply, Bitcoin is finite. This scarcity is a key driver of its value. Things that are useful and scarce tend to be valuable. Gold is valuable for the same reason. It's difficult to find and there is a limited amount of it on Earth. Bitcoin is often called digital gold precisely because of this shared property of scarcity. Second, it makes Bitcoin predictable. Anyone can verify the supply schedule. You don't need to trust a government or a central bank. The rules are written in the code and are transparent to everyone. This predictability gives people confidence in the system. You know exactly how many Bitcoin exist today and how many will exist tomorrow or 10 years from now. This is a stark contrast to traditional financial systems where monetary policy can change unexpectedly. Third, it makes Bitcoin deflationary by nature. While inflation erodes the purchasing power of your money, Bitcoin's fixed supply is designed to do the opposite over the long term. As demand for Bitcoin increases and the supply remains fixed or grows at a slowing rate, the value of each Bitcoin should, in theory, increase. This encourages saving rather than just spending. But wait, You might be thinking, what happens when all 21 million Bitcoin are mined? Why would miners keep securing the network if there's no block reward? That's a great question, and Satoshi thought of that too. When you send a Bitcoin transaction, you can include a small transaction fee. This fee goes to the miner, who includes your transaction in their block. Right now, these fees make up a small portion of a miner's income compared to the block reward. However, as the block reward continues to shrink and eventually disappears around the year 2140, transaction fees are expected to become the primary incentive for miners. As the Bitcoin network grows and more transactions are processed, the total value of these fees is projected to be more than enough to keep the miners profitable and the network secure. So, the 21 million limit isn't just an arbitrary number. It's the cornerstone of Bitcoin's value proposition. It's what makes it a scarce, predictable, and decentralized asset. It's a rule set in code, enforced by mathematics, and secured by a global network of participants, not by the decree of a central authority. This fixed supply is a radical experiment in monetary policy. It challenges the very nature of what we consider money. Whether you're a seasoned investor or just curious about crypto, understanding the 21 million limit is the first step to truly grasping what makes Bitcoin so revolutionary. It's the simple, elegant answer to the problem of endless money printing and the erosion of value. It's a system built on mathematical certainty, not on human promises. And there you have it. The reason for 21 million Bitcoin, explained. It's a story of scarcity, predictability, and a new kind of digital trust. I hope this breakdown helped clarify one of the most fascinating aspects of Bitcoin. If you found this video helpful and want to learn more about the world of crypto, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Let me know in the comments what other crypto topics you'd like me to cover next. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.